Good morning, Ken.
Hey, Char, how are you?
I'm good. We're going to try yesterday's video again.
This is the third time.
It is.
There's something in this message that the Lord wants me to get out there. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, and the enemy is not going to keep me from doing it.
Good.
We apologize for the inconvenience yesterday, and I know some of you thought that I sounded like a lion and I got really slow, and some even thought I had a stroke. All is well, believe me.
That's right.
In the corner of our property, the front of our property, right beside our gazebo, is a beautiful rhododendron. Right beside that is a great big rock, and Charlotte's got a statue of Jesus there. It's a beautiful little nook, just a perfect place to greet people. We've had weddings there, taken pictures there. Years ago, I cut a tree down there. I think somebody else cut it down. But I said to them, leave the stump really long, about 6 feet tall. And when you get it cut down, I'd like you to bring it down on an angle. And they did. I can't even remember who did it, doesn't matter. Then I went and took my router and I carved this verse onto the flat surface. And I filled in the letters with black lettering and put polyurethane over top of it. That was years and years ago. The rhododendron was growing up all around it. You'd be hard pressed to even see it these days, but I know it's there. Charlotte knows it's there. She said something to me the other day about kind of fixing that up. Since it's such a special verse, it's just not even polite to leave it in such shambles. And I agree 100%. So one of these days, really soon, I'm going to take a chainsaw and just go down in a couple inches and make a new surface and start from scratch. Here's the verse that is carved in that stump. Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This is the added part. This is not on the tree. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I'm meek and lowly. Let me read to you the part that's on the tree. Come unto me, that's Jesus. All you that labor. That's not talking about laborers in construction or mothers and laborers in the birthing room. It's talking about people that are struggling with life issues and going through a hard time. I will give you rest. It's a promise from the Lord. I will give you rest. So in yesterday's devotion, I was reading a list. It's from my little book here. It must have been a sermon that years ago that I was working on or put together or something. And here's what it reads. Where could I find? I suspect I was going to ask the congregation this. Complete peace, serenity, calmness in my heart, a clean conscience, hope for tomorrow, forgiveness for all of my sins, mercy and grace when I deserve judgment, a place where there's no drama, it's peaceful, and no anxiety because there's love, proper self-worth, satisfaction, cleansing, meaningfulness in the inner man, a future, protection, good relationships, good friendships, a light in the dark world, and healing when I'm hurting. And if you'd go right across, I already gave it to you, the text. This was the text, I guess, that I was going to be preaching on. Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. Father, there's people hurting today. You know that. I don't have to remind you of that. But for those that are listening and are hurting today in their hearts and their minds and their bodies, I want them to know that you care and that we care. Hurting is not fun. Hurting does not feel good. And I want them to be healed, not always with the hurt taken away, but with strength to go through it. Because Jesus Christ is the one that says, come to me, I'll give you rest. I'm taping this, Lord, in the evening time before tomorrow for Rise and Shine. In just a short while, people are going to be going to bed to go to rest. And I ask that they will have the best sleep that they've ever had, because they've rolled those burdens over on you. And while they sleep, may they experience healing. And I thank you in Jesus' precious name. Amen. See ya on Rise and Shine.